Oh, right. You heard me saying that your soul has signed you up for something. But what? What exactly? Haven't you started asking yourself these questions like, okay, Python is obsessed. I'm obsessed with this statement. And it gives me power. It brings me back from the darkest moments. It pulls me back up. My soul picks me up from the darkest moments, reminding me that it signed me up for that. What are you going through in your human life, your human experience? What is it about? So today, right now, because now today doesn't make sense because I'm going live 3 times a day with our speakers that are phenomenal. Have you watched, listened, felt, perceived, welcomed the wisdom, the insights, the knowledge, the expertise of the others? Because right now, I'm so honored. I've been honored and happy of hosting everyone, all the speakers, and I will keep on being, of course. I must be honest. This also has a special place in my heart. This live in particular, because it's with a very dear friend who has been my mentor, my coach, and my friend all along. She means so much to me. Dijana Llugolli is a superpower. You maybe have seen the title, flow and manifestation in the day to day, like real life flow and manifestation. Kind of, she went from the manifestation queen to the hot girl to like she's the personality in herself, and you meet her now. I'll bring her up. But this is the point. You need to be open up, ready to welcome it, because she's a waterfall of power, of energy. And I don't want to keep on talking about it, actually. I want her on with me now. Welcome, Dee. You're muted now? You're not.
Oh my God, so much fun. So honored to be here. It's been a hot minute since we had a conversation. So let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. I introduced you more from my personal perspective, right? But I want to ask you, coming from this moment that is a pivotal moment of next level embodiment, the business that I'm hosting, and what we're co-creating, and embodied abundance. You guys will hear more about it because he is in it, and it will be in 2024, an in-person retreat. There's this holy shift. What we came to realize is that humanity is in a holy shit moment. It's like, oh my God, so much is happening. And it's a shift. If you welcome it, it brings you up, right? And so we decided to name this virtual retreat series Holy Shift. I want to begin with that question. What does it mean for you? Because I know you're a master at shifting and at changing. You're almost a chameleon, a butterfly, actually. So I'll leave it to you. Take the mic.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's a great question for me. And I think we feel it. We feel it, but there's this misconception. We actually can't pin it, what it is that is happening, not just right on 3D, but also 5D. And I think it's this awareness of that we are, I will say it, and this is a fundamental part of my work and the energetics and manifestation, whatever you want to call it. But we are shifting from being doers to being beings. We are human beings, right? So I think that's the powerful shift. That's number one, awareness that we attract who we are and not what we do. Everything is an energy, and the energy within you, who you actually are, that's going to be manifested into everything that is.
There is everything in what you shared, like the whole human experience, this idea that we are shifting back. This is a little bit also the point. We're
Yeah.
shifting back into the ability of being, into the presence, the groundedness that we need to live a fulfilling and nice, a life well lived, that we actually are. We choose to be. That's something that I'd like to remark, because from you it's always come, and you've
Well,
been
we don't need to choose. We don't need to choose it.
Oh.
We just are.
Just are. This is a question that almost like, and how,
I love
and
that you
how,
said we are
and how do you
we are
just
going into we are remembering these
remember?
things. I think that's the powerful shift as well. We are remembering who we truly are. We are divine manifestors. We are that. We just tapped into this. I will say the capitalism really changed or the trajectory of who we are as humans, right? Because we do things for the money instead of being for the experience. We are meant to experience things, right? We are meant to live things. If we just think about the basic need, we all have a need to be loved. What if we would just say we are love? Ethical point of view, love is like at the highest frequency, right? Love, bliss,
Yeah,
enlightenment.
yeah,
But love is like love and joy. They're like the most highest vibrations. And
mm-hmm.
if you think that people want to be loved, or people, you don't do love, you just are love. Let's go back
Yeah.
to that, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
operating from that state of love, kindness, loving kindness.
Loving kindness. Oh, yeah,
Right.
beautiful. And indeed, because you've been in business also for quite a while, and I've seen you in your waves. I've seen how you've been. I mean, when we met, you were literally teaching us how to launch ourselves. So there was this launch academy, right? And that was very already moving from this doing. You were already sharing this doing and shifting it towards the being, the be, do, have versus the have, do,
Yes.
and be,
Right.
right?
Or do have be, right? You have to do
Uh-huh.
something in order to have something. So when I have something, I am something, right? You already are. Hence, you already are. Hence, you can do whatever you want in order to get whatever you want.
Mhm. How would you, and I might kind of put a parenthesis, how will you get our wonderful, I call my people, my crowd, embodied souls, because we all are embodied souls, whether we're aware of it or not. We are
Right.
embodied souls in a human
We can embody.
experience.
So this is the embodiment is also like people think like embodiment is only something that is positive. I would challenge that thought. Embodiment can be anything.
Yeah.
You are embodied. You are embodied in anything you feel.
Thank you.
We just need to allow it to flow through us and to feel it.
Now, and indeed, how, what would be the one push, because I know you can gently, lovingly hit dark shells of resistance. You did it
Mm,
with me in the
mm.
past, and I'm so grateful for that when you came at me. And so, what that would be one thing that comes right now, and that you want to hit for whomever is listening. And
Mm.
if you're listening, welcome it.
I will say like resistance is such a powerful mirror,
Uh huh.
right? I would say anyone who is resisting something, and when I met you, like you were teaching me so much about where I am right now into this spiritual world, right? And so I think that um a lot of people have this resistance towards money because they believe that money is associated to the work and the amount of effort that you put in, right? And that's the resistance. And I will say, like, resistance is a mirror of your own belief. And I would always, always, always challenge anyone when you feel resistance. For me, I have been through past this year and a half of my own, rebirth or reset. I would say that I was deeply resisting to love because I believe that I fundamentally believe that I am not worthy of love.
I remember that. I remember.
And for me, I was resisting to anything that would look like love.
A form
Anything
of
that would, or anything that would love me, anything that would came as in shape of love, I would resist that because that was not familiar. That was something that I didn't know, and I needed to see myself first in that embodiment of love to be able to break the resistance on the outside.
Okay, beautiful. You needed to see that. You don't know what you don't know. You don't see what you don't see. That is perfectly fine. You've also come to embody that. As you said before, embodiment is not necessarily positive. It doesn't always feel nice to be embodied. In fact, so what did you and you see
have to see it
it's
to
so
believe
biased.
it.
What did you do to see it? How did you see it? What happened when you saw that? Like, let's go towards that direction,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So Dr. Wayne Dyer like has this beautiful book. You see it to believe it, right? So we have this conception. Oh, I have to believe it. I have to believe it so it manifests. Well, you first have to see it within you. So it's like more about the vision that you have, right? You have to see it, and then it's gonna, become that. So for me, I did a lot of I did a lot of modalities, a lot of healing methods to actually come to that point that I once was love. So I needed to go back, like I did a lot of like NLP and hypnotherapy to go back, like also Matrix, to go back to that moment where I felt I am love. Not I am loved, but I am love. So when I saw that this is who I am, I don't need that from external. I don't need to resist that. I don't need to attract that. I already am that.
Oh, let it land, everyone. I'm actually saying let it land because I
And it's a
must.
hard, and I'm gonna say, like, this sounds so easy, right? Now, like, people are watching this and I know, like, it feels like, oh yeah, she just went back to a happy childhood moment. And no, it takes so much self-discovery. It takes so much awareness, which is also painful. You go through the painful moment, right? Self-awareness is not bliss.
No, it's not. I mean, so you self awareness is that moment you see that. You remember when we met, I was this self awareness coach. That's kind of what I was doing.
Yeah.
But you've seen something, you cannot unsee it. Though that doesn't mean that you will follow that or pursue it or practice what you've seen. You can also ignore it and hide from it. It can happen that you
You
hide.
can hide from it. I think it's like more so, if we hide from anything that it is, it will eventually blow up. It's gonna
I mean,
come
you can't
back.
hide. You cannot
Yeah,
really
it's gonna
hide.
come
You
back.
can
So
hide. You can try to hide, but then it hits you.
it's more like
That's the
process
problem.
it in a healthy way. What for me, like everything right now, how I embody anything, even grief, even loss, sadness, I just allow it to go through. I process it through. Maybe just lying on the floor. It can be
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. It
Yeah.
can be a form of rage. It can be, whatever I feel like. I think it's so important to acknowledge everything. I
Knowledge
think that's
process.
the
Process.
integration.
You use the word. It's
Yeah,
process. Literally enter in it
yeah.
and be it.
Be
Like
it,
all
be
their
it,
sadness.
be it.
All right.
To go
Let's be
out of it,
sadness.
you have to go through it, right? So be
Mm,
it. In
mm.
order to heal it, you have to feel it. So it's so simple.
I love you.
I
I
know.
love it so much. I missed our conversations 100%. Yes.
I know it's always
Um,
and this is the part that I really really love. We haven't connected for for some time,
for some
and
time.
this is right and I feel like l- you know I want to mention this, how timeline and how time actually works, in from a point of manifestation and abundance. We feel that we don't have the time. We feel that we are missing on something. But do we truly? Did we miss connection? What is the connection, the love, the compassion, the affection, whatever we have between us? Did we actually miss anything during this last year we haven't spoke?
No, we actually
No,
did
we
not
actually
humanly
continue
connect.
we
We
actually
were so
continue
fully living.
where we drop. And this is like the beautiful thing. I think this is also a shift. You are exactly where you are. You're not missing, you're not late, you're not too early, you're not too old, you're not too young.
Everyone here.
You are
Everyone here.
exactly where you need to be. Just
You're
embrace that. It's
mm.
so beautiful when you don't have this pressure of, oh, I'm 41, I don't have a house, and it's like, yeah.
Um, I want to say that. I want to say that because it's because that struck me when it struck me, and you were turning 39. I say that because you were turning 39, and I know that you were turning 39. It was literally
What
your
was
message
this?
of you turning 39 and saying, and actually you had a recap of the last 19 years, and you
Yes.
went down
Oh
the.
my
It's
God.
one of your emails. By the way, everyone follows Diana. You have in the description whatsoever to follow her, so just follow her. And you were sending that message, recapping the last 19 years, and I saw that, and I was like, I mean, wow. And the way you were taking, the way you were at your last 19 years and looking at where you were at, just the way you were at in that present moment.
Mm.
And I still had that rush in me of a 20, maybe I was, 26, 25-year old that had just become father. I just had become father, and since I had become a father, I had this rush. I had this, oh my god, now I have to figure it out, and I really need this business to skyrocket today because I cannot wait. Because and there was this sense of time almost clinged on me, and by seeing that email, by you being that permission slip of understanding, you understood something, and so you put it out there. I am this. I am this. I am this. People, I am this.
Yeah.
It did nothing kind of thing. I saw that, and I allowed it to pause, and whoa, okay, maybe not too late, because if she's going through what she's going through and she's turning 39, I'm turning 26, and I am where I'm at, and it's permission slip. If you are who you are, what you are, your truest being, what your
Yeah.
soul signed you up for being,
Yes.
because it just knows the way.
Because we have this, belief that time is linear, right? So we wake up and there's night, and we wake up and there's night, and it's like, oh, but is that actually true?
Is that true? Yeah, is that true?
Is that actually true?
Questioning it,
Like
questioning
life
reality.
starts, like our day starts. Oh, it's so good. It's a new day. It's a new, like, yeah. No, don't look at it as a new day, as a new chapter. So you are always here and now.
Always.
Who am I here and now?
Mm-hmm.
Because 5 minutes ago, you were someone else without that remembrance that maybe it was like this understanding that you have to feel it to heal it. You without that insight, you were someone else. Maybe something sparked into your into your presence. Oh yeah, what am I feeling right now? So I'm not the same person I was 30 minutes ago when we jumped on this live, right? So
50 trillion
here
cells.
now.
All
Here and
now. Look, this conversation could go on forever, and we could actually expand and contract. And it's lovely. So I mentioned the Embodied Abundance. That's the in-person retreat series that Next Level Embodiment, the founder of the, I'm launching. And there's one in December for Embodied 2024. There's the one in Embodied Abundance, also with Dan Mangana and you and another super speaker. Now that's just to mention it, right? There's the Holy Shift happening this weekend. And it is pretty much what we're talking about, to land on these understandings, to allow them to be present in your life as a continuous reminder, letting that soul taking the driving seat, allowing the soul to take the driving seat. This is a little bit the sentence is the narrative that I'm putting out there. And I would love to know from you, and I asked you already what Holy Shift means, right? And everything unfolded from that question in this conversation. But if I had to ask you, a holy shift, something that was a holy shift in your life, to show people.
I'm gonna talk what is present right now as a holy shift, because there are shifts like happening, constantly.
Yeah.
Right now, this very moment, I think there's also this powerful belief out there, or understanding, that manifestation is only when we own our desires, when we claim our desires, when we know what we want. For me, the biggest shift right now is happening that I truly know not just what I want. I don't do goals anymore. I just know what my vision is, and I understand, and I trust that universe will take me there. But it's also like really taking care of my needs, and really, like, because we have this like, oh, if I take care of my needs, then I'm needy. It's really, I just finished reading an incredible book, Atlas of the Heart by Brene Brown, and it gave me this joy of just knowing that you can only build meaningful relationships with others to the capacity that you can go deep with yourself. And you have to know this big, you have to know what is your core need. How do I actually take care of myself without being dependent on someone else? So that's the shift that is happening within me and for me. So it's like really, really juicy and potent. So yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow. Welcome to that, Dee. I love it for you. I love hearing it from you, and it sets the I say standard, it's not the right word, it's a permission slip for whomever hears that. And you, everyone, I'm practicing myself to actually keep these lives, not beyond this time because we could go on forever. And if you do want to experience more of this, more of this truth, because if you heard it struck some chords and it left you with something. So what is your holy shift? What is your present moment next level? And you see, like I live this sort of I created next level embodiment, saying that the body is only now, so embodiment, and next level is this idea that there's next level, but next level is happening in this very moment. It's not actually next, it's actually now, and you embody it, and something else unfolds, therefore is a next level. So there's the whole concept. This is why I have super souls like Dijana around me, and I could not be able to hold such a power without them, and without allowing them to purely unfold. So you guys, just join us at the Holy Shift. You have in the description to join it, bit.ly/join Holy Shift to join it, and it's a pay what you choose, and you'll have so much from every speaker that Next Level Embodiment is bringing together throughout all the retreats and whatsoever, let me say. But allow yourself to be, and re-listen to this live, because the said it all, and re-listen it often. D, what would you leave us with?
Yeah, it's nothing and everything.
It's a sweet one. It's a sweet one.
That's what it's coming. It's nothing and everything, and just
everything.
Just be it as it has. Yeah, just be it.
And so you people, if you don't understand it now, just know that you might understand it later.
Yeah. At the right time.
Maybe yes, maybe
at
not.
the right time.
Who knows? Let's see. At the right time, it will come. It took me 5 years to understand one message that my spiritual master back in time. I met him in person. He told me something I didn't understand. I was like, what the F did he say? I don't understand it. And then 5 years later, bam! It's like, I get it now. He told me 5 years before. So imagine it. Let it down. Let it land. Let it land. Let it land. Thank you, Dijana, for being so amazing, for being this wonderful super soul, an embodied super soul. I'll see you super soon. Let's see what happens, and for sure, embodied abundance. It's coming. So it's for you guys. Let's go. Okay. Let me put back some music. I'm here kind of producing by myself, and I'm getting confused, but I want to be honest. It is about making it super, super, super fun.